Hello, welcome to Air and Water Cooled Research and Development. I just wanted to show you my new home slash office setup I have. I was in my storage unit and it's awfully hot in there and dying, so I decided to build a wall of my air-cooled heads, and I wanted to show you the new setup. I would now like to show you some of my air-cooled heads that have been highly modified and that are, I like to think that they're for NA, but I like to also think that they could be for a turbo application because of low compression heads. Here we have the CB 044 heads that I previously did a video on, and that Jeff welded the intakes and made them a little bit fatter, so the gasket can fit it a little bit better, and that he redid the valve job, and we CC'd it on the video and it came up to 58.4, so I think that's low enough compression for a turbo application if needed. I have all carbureted parts, so I got IDAs, and I'm getting some Delardos, because some of these manifolds are for IDFs or Delardos. So since I have them, might as well use them. And I want to see the difference between the Delardos and the Weber's IDFs, and of course the IDAs. So all these heads have been ported and cleaned up, polished, dual springs, and are all ready to bolt on onto the next engine that it comes into. And these ones are my IDA manifolds. These are on an 041 casting. I think they're the GT formula castings for the 84 era in the late 80s, early 80s. And like the other set of heads, these are for high flowing. They have 42 by 37.5 valves, dual springs, welded intakes for optimal intakes, airspeed, and all of them have dual springs. And this pair is again opened up for 94s. And the other IDA that's going with it. And down here we have a set of 311 set of heads that we I CC'd the heads, but I forgot to write them down. And so these are again 42 by 37 valves, and welded on the intakes, cleaned up the exhaust ports, dual springs. But these ones open up for 90.5, 92 pistons and cylinders. And then over here we have another set of 041s. I believe these are 42 by 37s and open up for 94s, welded intakes, and the manifolds are getting ported, and I'm getting springs put on them. They right now don't have any springs on this set. That's why they're still packaged up. All these heads, except for this pair, are 42 valves. I want to go 42 just to be for longevity, and then you can always go 44 if you need more power at top end on these ones. This is Fred Simpson's HO heads. This is the last pair that he did. I dropped them off when his shop was opened, and I picked them up when at his house after his shop was closed, after he finished them. And these got manifolds. They're really big on the intakes. Again, dual springs. But on this set, they're open up for 94s. But these are 44 by 37.5 valves. And they're been CC'd to 44 cc's. So it's a little bit more compression. But this is the, like I said, the last pair that he did, and these are still never been on an engine, and still waiting to be put on one. And then down here we have another set. I don't know if these looks like his port work, a smaller version. These are on 311 heads, and these are also been welded up. And they got single high rev springs, and they also, but this pair, this is what I call the more high performance pair of heads, because the fin's been milled off and the compression's been raised. I don't know, these ones have to be rebuilt, but I got them from a guy because I thought I'm thinking that they're a pair of his earlier sets. So I get used heads still. People call me, text me, email the channel, and tell me they have heads that they don't want anymore. And as the channel, I try to get as many, buy as much set of heads so I can sample them and see what people have used them for and done with them and how they ran. So I just want to rebuild these and see how good they perform. And then this pair, this is a pair of 041s that I bought from the original owner that bought them in the early 80s. They got high performance rockers that we bought with them, but this pair has stainless steel valves in from, I believe we bought them from CB for Performance back in the day. And I don't know the exact sizes, but I'm assuming they're maybe 40 by 32. The intakes are stock. The exhaust is stock. And the compression stock. The chambers are stock. So he bought them, never put them on an engine, and sat on his shelf for 40 years. And so I bought them from him, telling him the plan that I wanted to do with them, and he wanted to wish me luck and offered them to me. They came with a set of cast aluminum valve covers with the openings from the 70s, which I thought was kind of cool. And also I have a whole bunch more heads that are going to be on the channel soon. This was another pair that a guy had that opened up for 94s, but they're stock valves, and I guess that was a thing back in the 80s and 90s, maybe, I don't know. But this top pair has the fins put on. I think he just got his engine in trouble, blew up the heads or something, just put a stock set of heads on there just to get them to run for the next season. It was on a Dune buggy. And these other set of heads down here, they're all milled, the fins off. That's a set of heads. This one, they milled it, but I don't exactly know the compression, but it looks like that fin's last fin is almost gone anyways. And then this pair is another set of 041s that have mild port work to them. And it looks like stock valves on this from 041s. So hopefully I got a few more set of heads to do in the coming year. And I was going to talk about the difference between these heads. These ones all have 12mm spark plugs. They've all been welded up and relocated for maximum valve clearance. So, but I was going to talk about the stock size, which is down here. The difference between stock, and see how close they get to the valve. And this is a 40, so these other ones would be real close. That's why a lot of people give me a set of heads because they need it to be fixed, welded up, relocated spark plugs, and you have to, I guess most of them you have to put new seats in. So, and then they think that's too much work on an old set of heads, but if I get them at a reasonable price, then for me it wouldn't be too much. But I keep saying yes to all these people that don't want their old heads. This is the reason why I have so many sets of heads. But I also have engines in mind for all these heads. So in the near future, not in the near future, but in the future, coming future, I'm going to build some engines. Like in the last video, I have 4 cases and 4 cranks, and hopefully they'll get a good approval to able to be built on. So with that being said, hopefully I'll have engines. My friend has a tuning capabilities and engine test kit stand, so hopefully I can use that and test these the outputs of these heads. Anyways, as always, thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, thank you for commenting on what you want on the channel, what heads you want to talk about, the intakes, the welding, the ports. I like all your comments. Thank you for all the comments, and we'll see you soon on the next one.